What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Almost 2 decades after Natalie Holloway vanished in Aruba, the man long suspected in her death has confessed to taking the life of the Alabama teen in grisly detail, court documents reveal. I'll put a link to this article in the pinned comment in the comment section below. Joran Vandersloot's confession was publicized shortly after he pled guilty in federal court Wednesday to extorting and defrauding the Holloway family. He was accused of trying to sell information about the location of Holloway's remains to her mother, Beth Holloway, in exchange for $250,000. Beth Holloway said today, "It's over. Joran Vandersloot is no longer the suspect in my daughter's death. He is the man who took her life. After 18 years, Natalie's case is solved. He gave a proffer in which he finally confessed to taking the life of Natalie. In a proffer, a defendant offers information that they know about a crime, often as part of a plea deal. Vandersloot, who is 36, admitted to taking her life with a cinder block on an Aruban beach after she rejected his sexual advances, according to a transcript of an interview with his attorney. Vandersloot said Holloway kneed him in the crotch after he tried, quote, filling her up, and he responded by kicking her in the face and bludgeoning her with the cinder block. He then decided to push her off into the ocean, according to the interview transcript. The gruesome deaths of Holloway and a Peruvian woman years later, who Vandersloot previously admitted to taking her life, prompted Judge Anna Manasco to sentence Vandersloot to 20 years on the federal charges. To be quite honest, I think he should get more than 20 years. This is especially heinous. Because someone doesn't want to have sex with you, you brutally murder them. First of all, you violated her by filling her up. You probably did the same crap with the other woman. And because, she reacted the way that most women would react, disgusted that you would touch her in that manner without her consent, you get mad and bludgeon her with a cinder block and then throw her corpse into the ocean, never to be seen again. Probably eventually eaten, and it's just a parent doesn't want to even have to visualize something like that. And then you did it again. And then you try to profit off of your crime by selling information anonymously to her mother in exchange for $250,000. This guy should get more than 20 years in prison. I'm sorry. He should get more than that. 20 years now. 60 minimum. Because I'm going to tell you what pisses me off about this. He's 36 years old. So, 20 years. He'll be 56. That's not an old man. He'll still have time to live his life to a certain degree. I don't like this. He should get at least 60 years, man. 60 years. And then, maybe ultimately more charges will be coming. So, Manasco said Wednesday, "I have considered your confession to the brutal death of Natalie Holloway. You have brutally," it's the reason why I'm not using that M word. That word is a no-no on YouTube. The M word. "You have brutally taken the life in separate incidents years apart, two beautiful women who refused those sexual advances." After reading Vandersloot's proffer, the judge said Holloway's body will never be found. Vandersloot has been arrested multiple times in connection with Holloway's death. He was subsequently released by Peruvian authorities, who cited a lack of direct evidence. But he's currently serving a 28-year prison sentence in Peru for the 2010 murder of Stephanie Flores. Peruvian officials allowed his temporary release to the United States in June to face the extortion and wire fraud charges. Now, the reason why he was charged in the United States, even though they don't have jurisdiction, is because of the attempted defrauding. That happened to a woman, the mother of Natalie Holloway living here. So the United States had jurisdiction over that particular crime. Like I said, I hope they can tick on more to that, because 20 years is ridiculous. And I hate to sound like I hate to keep beating the same drum, man, but this should be all over the place. This was a big, big story back in the mid-2000s. And, most of us suspected that he did it, especially after he was convicted of the other woman. But for some reason, this story just totally fell apart, as far as being covered. But I'm glad that at least the mother now has closure. She probably already knew that he did it. And we pretty much assumed that's what he did. We assumed that in some way he attacked her and probably threw her body into the water. That's pretty much what we already assumed, and apparently that's what he did. So, in my opinion, he should never see the light of day. 20 years is not enough.